I know I'm gonna trigger a lot of people with this video, but you should probably consider quitting video games. And as soon as I uttered those words, immediately some of you either clicked off or saying, "Who does this guy think he is telling me to not play a video game?" But just listen, because I wish back when I was a gamer boy spending 10 plus hours leveling up a virtual character in a game, I wish back then that someone had given me a reality check and told me how much time I was wasting on the game. And at first glance, video games seem harmless. You play with friends, take on missions, get status, money, and get XP and all that other shit and level up. Which, all those things sound nice, right? But there's a dark side of gaming that nobody wants to acknowledge or speak about. And I'm gonna tell you it right here, and that's the fact that gaming acts as an escape from reality. Bro, think about it. There's a leveling up system in almost every game that mimics the corporate ladder in a job setting. There's missions, communities, and other things that imitate reality, which should be pretty obvious, right? But the bad part about this is that it sucks you in and results in a lot of guys using that as an escape from their responsibilities and discomforts in real life. And bro, this is gonna sound when I say this. Eventually, when you get that craving or desire met from the game, it becomes an addiction. And it's no different from phone addiction, literally scrolling for hours on end whilst you mouth breathe like a peasant, watching porn or Netflix or any other TV subscription, or drinking or taking drugs. And bro, listen, as soon as I compared it to drugs or drinking, this is where these sensitive dickheads in the comments are like, how are you gonna compare it to drugs and drinking? And then that's where they try to make arguments about how these two are incomparable. But let me tell you something. Both act as artificial stimulants. When you take drugs or any other stimulating narcotics, it releases dopamine, which after you get that satisfaction and craving met from it, it reinforces that behavior to not only keep you hooked to it, but also continuously makes you seek out that feeling and craving again. And this is gonna sound very interesting when I say this, but video games are no different since you release the same type of dopamine that you would from drugs. And this is not me talking shit or talking out of my ass. There's literally studies that say this. People who feel comfortable and at ease when they smoke weed or vape get that craving met, but as soon as it wears out, bro, they get easily irritatable and feel the need to go hit it again and again until they eventually become addictive addicts. That's literally how an addiction works, and you can think about it in any other facet of life, from like social media addiction, porn addiction. Here's the thing, video games acts as a substitute for real life when you get these easy achievements and cravings met you don't get much of in real life. And bro, not just that, because it's so much easier and gives you what you want in a quick and fun manner without trying, you wouldn't feel the need to do it in real life, like for example with the gym or doing something productive that would actually change your real life. Because in real life it takes longer and there's a bit of uncertainty whether you'll get it or not, but video games offers you a clear roadmap and a progression system to get it. That's how they get you hooked. They play on these innate desires that you have to progress in your life, so there's not much discomfort or uncertainty that you won't level up. But if you just zoomed out and looked at it from a more logical perspective and said to yourself, damn, they know I hate my life, so they're offering me this toy to feed on what's missing, so I never go out and do anything with it and remain a loser and a little boy that needs his toy because I'm scared of real life. That's exactly how you gotta translate it when you're so addicted to video games. Now I get it, video games had nostalgia, we had times with it, we had good moments with friends on the game, I get that, but at some point you're gonna have to let it go. The same way you're gonna have to leave your parents' house at some point, the same way you're gonna have to like grow up. It's quite literally stripping you from what makes you a man and a human being. Human beings in general naturally grow through challenge and adversity, but when you resist that and go to video games like a little boy, you rob yourself from what you could have achieved in your actual real life. And this is me assuming it's coming from a frame of where video games are stripping your time away, where you don't get much done. I'll offer you a way to beat your video game addiction once and for all. And what I'm about to say is something that you've been told thousands of times, and this is the foundation of self-improvement in itself, and it's called delayed gratification. So it's in reducing the amount of hours you spend playing video games or quitting all entirely. But I don't think people who are gaming addicts can quit in one day. That's like damn near impossible. So let's just try to cut back on how much you play the game. And to do this, you'll need to be outside, like in the real world, and touch some grass, and to know where you stand currently as a level 1. But due to your actions and time spent leveling up in games, you must now face the discomfort of real life and treat it like a video game. And what do I mean by treating it like a video game? So the same way you get XP by doing small missions and tasks on the side and eventually leveling up your virtual character in the game is the same way it works in the real world. So it's not all too bad because a similar roadmap is laid out right in front of you. So for example, let's say you want to level up your physique in the gym, right? Just like in a video game, you would have to go repeatedly, so you'll eventually level up your physique and reap the benefits from it. That would entail you looking more attractive, feeling good, being confident, strong. Then you just keep doing it repeatedly. And by the way, I just want to mention that's seeking good dopamine. And I'm going to let you know, once you start doing this, you're going to end up losing something. And that's the progression and status that made you feel so good about yourself with your other tribes and communities in these games, which is good. But I will tell you, it will feel uncomfortable at first because your old friends will try to get you to play and tell you just one more hour of video game to suck you back in. And this is where a bit of willpower and self-respect comes into play. For most people, they'll try to rationalize just one more hour of video games isn't bad, but that's literally the equivalent of a drug addict saying, I want to quit, one more hit won't hurt. You see a pattern? Do you see something here? I think you do. You're smart. And bro, that's the same monkey brain telling you, oh, just masturbation once a week isn't that bad. I could just do one more and I'll be done. No, bullshit. Stop listening to that part of your brain. That same part of your brain is the reason why you can't get off the game. That same part of the brain convinced you to go watch porn one more time. That same part of your brain convinced you to go eat that last piece of chocolate or pizza the night previously. Now look at you feeling like shit, being a shell of your potential. The ones that try to rationalize and convince themselves that one more won't hurt, it will, because that shit adds up. And as an addict to drugs or video games, you don't have the XP or willpower to just take one more hit or one more hour and stay consistent. So in my opinion, I'm just gonna straight up tell you to go cold turkey on the games as much as possible and try different things in your real life to occupy your time. And like I mentioned before, I know it's not gonna be easy. Don't expect it to either. And just a quick mention, if these people you're gaming with were really your friends, they would try to see how you're doing mentally and physically and all that other stuff. Or even they would want to be doing some of these new exciting habits that you're about to embark on. And if you don't see them acting in that way, or see nothing ever changes or happens and it's always the same shit, then you know right then and there that they were never your friends to begin with. Just because you guys do fun activities and play the games doesn't necessarily make them your friends. And this is gonna hurt to hear, but because video games mimic so many human fundamental desires like progression, communities, relationships, and all of this stuff that's like real life, which is the core fundamentals of human desires, right? Health, wealth, relationships, etc. That sacrifice of your old community would have to be made for your new community and real life community to go on to the next level. And I know this is a cliche story that's been told a lot of the times, and that's whenever someone quits video games or leaves any type of addiction behind, their life gradually improves. For example, they start making more money, making gains in the gym, and even cater to their family and loved ones, even going as far as to retire them, which is like an ultimate goal for me, or I assume for you if you're watching me, right? While these losers stay addicted to their toys all day and smoke their weed. And what I'm saying sounds fucking harsh, I know, but this is how someone needs to talk to you for you to actually quit. A lot of people gotta get slapped with reality in this manner. You are quite literally rejecting real life as your parents or whoever you live under suffers and working their butts off only for you to be wasted space. And I have to talk to you in this aggressive manner because a lot of you guys need that wake-up call. You guys are over here playing the video games, wasting your parents' light bill while your parents work their butt off to put food on the table and all that other shit just for you to continuously play the game. Are you serious? A lot of you guys as parents are suffering right now, working overnights, working 12 hours, 16-hour shifts. I don't even fucking know. Raise your hand right now if you do this. I'm a dickhead that wants to let my parents suffer because I'm not man enough to put my toys down and go out there and do some real shit with my life. A lot of you are fucking assholes. Think about it that way when you don't leave this addiction behind. You're disappointing everyone, including yourself. Like, how selfish can you be? How can you do that to people that are continuously counting on you to be the man that you know you can be and the man that they want you to be in order to save them, help them, and retire them someday? And here's another stupid argument I'm likely to see. One more hour of video games isn't that bad. Shut up, bro. Oh, some of you guys pissed me off, man. Oh my God. Just shut up with that shit. One more hour of video games in moderation. I don't think that applies to video games, because if someone's addicted to that stuff, just telling them it's okay in moderation won't help their case. And come on, bro, don't bullshit me and don't lie. You're not seriously playing just one more hour of video game because one, something stimulating is gonna happen to you where it will likely cause you to play for a little while longer. And two, for someone who is addicted to that stuff, telling them in moderation will not work because, like I said before, video games acts as like a comfort and substitute to real life. So don't come over here and say that shit and tell me that people like me are too extreme for saying that. And bro, it's crazy to me that people will sit here and try to justify why video games should remain in their lives when it's been proven so many times that those who leave video games forever tend to improve significantly more in every aspect of their lives. Instead, play the game of life. And this is just a quick mention. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to blame you guys entirely, because part of it is the corporations who design these games to get you hooked and get you addicted to them, even though the other half is these other maggots telling you to play 1 more hour of video game and that it's not bad. And they'll say dumbass shit like, oh, it increases hand-eye coordination and reaction time and all that other stupid shit. Like, shut up, bro, go box or something. Once you prioritize delayed gratification from real life and level up your XP and other things rather than wasting hours on a video game, you'll notice far more improvements in your real life. In fact, just as a quick example, let's say you had a game on your computer, right? Or Steam library or P5 or some shit. It would remain there, but you wouldn't feel the need to go on it, since your real life would be so much better in leveling up. Any successful person you look up to would tell you the same exact thing. There's literally nothing that beats prioritizing and obtaining real worthwhile goals in real life. Keep improving, bro. But yeah, bro, that's all I got for this video. I'm gonna say the stereotypical YouTuber shit, and that's to like, comment, and subscribe, since it does help the channel grow and helps the community grow and all that other stuff. Hey, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna see you guys. Peace.